Wait. Before you click off the video, before you fast forward to the end of the video to skip to the tier list and the actual finished product, I want you to listen to me right here. We're going to have a conversation about the elephant in the room, literally, because the game trading economy is about to change drastically over the next 6 to 8 weeks as more and more people get the elephant and as more and more people use its ability. So this is relevant to you. You're going to want to hear this, so pay attention. So today in Grow a Garden in Roblox, we are going to do our pet trading list, which is 24 hours after the new update. As always, many of the values of the newest pets are going to be wonky and all over the place, only a mere 24 hours after they were released, and they will stabilize as the weeks go on. If this sounds interesting to you, and if you love these trading tier lists and you want me to make more of them, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, become part of the first 300k OGs on the channel, and let's get into the video. Before we start the tier list, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, as I alluded to in the beginning of this video. Listen to me carefully. All the values and all the tiers I'm going to do in these videos moving forward are only going to be for the random low weight versions that you would find every single day playing this game, because something is going to happen. Something is changing. First and foremost, regular elephants will be capable of taking any pet up to a maximum of 3.5 kilograms. That is going to change how things are worth. A regular French fry ferret at 1.1 kilograms is not going to be worth nearly as much as a 3.5 kilogram French fry ferret. Same thing with the koi and many other pets on this list or off this list. As such, when you're trading, make sure you are aware of how heavy something is that you are trading away, okay? You do not want to be scammed by people who know that heavier pets are more valuable because you have a 3 or 4 kilogram French fry ferret and you're treating it what it's worth on this list. So be aware of that. But the real elephant in the room that you need to be aware of, if you own any pets below 6 kilograms at birth or 60 kilograms at max age, you need to know that even right now, their values are going down. They're going down for two very obvious reasons. Reason number one, everyone is panicking. Everyone is panicking because the rainbow hatched elephant can make pets get up to nearly 6 kilograms. I've seen some reports of 5.5 kilograms at age 1. I've seen some reports at 6 kilograms at age 1. This means that anyone can take a regular tiny little mimic and turn it into either a 55 or 60 kilogram mimic if they own a rainbow hatched elephant. This is going to make all the pets below 6 kilograms at birth worth a whole lot less soon, immediately, because people are going to panic trade away their pets. And over time, as more and more mimics and peacocks and these types of pets get brought up to that maximum of 60 kilograms at age 1. This also means that any pets over 6 kilograms at birth or over 60 kilograms at age 100 will be more valuable because they cannot be fabricated. They cannot be created. A rainbow hatched elephant cannot make pets that big. So the bigger pets, the Titanics, will be the only things to have any value, like big value in this game moving forward. So for all of us casual traders, keep an eye out and make sure you understand that the regular elephant can make any pet on this list up to 3.5 kilograms or 35 kilograms at age 100. So keep that in mind when you're trading. A world may come where people no longer care about any pets that are low weight, and there might be so many higher weight pets, 35 kilograms with a regular elephant, 60 kilograms with a rainbow hatch elephant. There might be so many of those floating around that they're easy to acquire, that they're relatively inexpensive to acquire, and that it renders non-big pets relatively worthless. I don't know how that's going to happen. I can't see the future, but that is possible. So be aware of it. Without further ado, let's talk about our regular size pets for the time being. We'll see how this list and this whole concept evolves moving forward. Keep in mind that this list is using real world values on the internet because those are the only objective values you can find on the internet. As such, if trading up to require more value to eventually acquire things like raccoons and kitsunes and titanics and stuff is not your cup of tea, this list is not your cup of tea. Also keep in mind that anything not on this list generally has fairly low value, quite low value, not valueless, but they don't have more value than what's on this list. There's a few exceptions. There are some pets that technically have more value, but they're so hard to trade, I've just not included them on the list. Starting off with the new addition, the green bean surprisingly has a little bit of value. I think it is technically a divine pet according to its description. As such, it does have a bit more interest from more casual traders. It is down here in the E tier. The other brain rot pets are not divine pets, they're mythicals and below, and as such, they don't have as much value in terms of online value. This one has some, so it's on the list. The Corrupted Kitsune is above it in value. It is up in the top of E tier. It is a public server god. People do love themselves the Corrupted Kitsune in public servers. They're cool looking, they're neat. They do have some value in public servers. French fry ferrets are still valuable. And we already talked about the whole elephants making them big and useful and powerful, but regular sized French fry ferrets are a little harder to trade, but they are in the C tier in terms of value. Again, talking about the elephant in the room, I'm going to use that joke 100 times this video. How this chain is moving forward with the weights increasing because of elephants, we're going to have to wait and see, but that's where it is right now. Seals. Now, throughout this video, when it comes to pets with relevant abilities, I will tell you the breakpoints of what weight is necessary to maximize those abilities. Again, elephant in the room, it's going to make that easier moving forward. Seals are an E tier pet unless they reach, here's the weight, 1.71 kilograms without rainbow. So a simple 1.71 kilogram or higher seal will be capable of reaching its max ability at age 100. As such, if you have something over 1.71 kilograms, you'll probably get more for it than E tier pets. It's going to climb up the tier list in terms of its use and value. People are looking for those. The Mimic continues its plummet. We're getting more paradise eggs. And people are chasing after Titanic mimics and Titanic peacocks and Titanic cappies. As such, tons of regular mimics are just coming into the game. It's plummeting down this tier list. It used to be up with the T-Rex, no longer. The Mimic Octopus is down here in the E tier now. Useful effect, great pet. Tons of them out there now. The Pachycephalosaurus, we talk about this one. It's technically a D tier pet, but its demand right now is kind of low. Crafting, though people are getting a bunch of bee eggs in the current event, which means they may be interested in trying to craft anti-bee eggs, which means Pachycephalosaurus, double anti-bee eggs. Sounds like a win to me. So Pachy's might see a bit of an increase in demand, but as such, they're sitting there at the D tier. You need 8 of them at a minimum of 2.17 kilograms to reach the maximum 100% double craft. Now, if they get rainbow, they can be as low as 1.77 kilograms. If they're nightmare, they can be as low as 1.73 kilograms each to reach the full 100% double craft chance. So if you have Pachycephalosaurus above those weights, probably worth more. The Disco Bee has dropped a bit. A lot of the top tier pets have dropped a good chunk. The Disco Bee is still an A tier pet. When I start to talk about other pets in relation to it, like the Spinosaurus, etc., I'll mention what the Disco Bee is. It has dropped a little bit in value, but again, people are farming the anti-bee eggs because we're also getting more bee eggs. Is going to keep dropping. The Queen Bee is holding value, which is surprising considering we're getting more bee eggs and such, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes moving forward. We're just now getting more bee eggs because of the new event. We'll see where it is. It's maintaining its value. It is a D tier pet. It does have some value. It is an OG. It has OG status. It looks cool on the field. It has an interesting effect. Ascended pets. Ascended pets have maintained value, but I think what's happening here, why it hasn't continued to drop in value, it's been dropping in value steadily. It used to be an SS tier pet, and then an S tier, then A tier. Now it's down to a B tier pet. I think because we have the Headless Horseman making Nightmare, and Nightmare is just better than Rainbow, people aren't using the mutation machine as much anymore. As such, I think there's a lot less Ascended pets coming into the game as it was before, even though before there were very few coming into the game because it's a 0.3% chance on the mutation machine. So the supply is probably stopped. It's probably not getting any higher right now. So I think that's why its value is staying right where it is. It is still the rarest mutation in the game, but we'll see. Long story short, before and now, Ascended pets are hard to trade. The Echo Frog is currently a D tier pet, but I think there's other pets continually coming into the game that do the Echo Frog's job of making plants turn into fruits and grow their plants faster and faster and faster. So I don't know how the Echo Frog is going to do moving forward. The bald eagle is still the best hatching pet in the game. Some people are curious about the rhino, I believe it is, but we will see how the rhino does. I think the rhino does the egg hatching. Yes, the rhino is the egg hatcher. Every 14 minutes charges in and cuts the egg hatch in half. Now keep in mind, you take a 4 hour, you cut in half into 2 hour. And then the 2 hour cuts in half into 1 hour. And the 1 hour cuts in half into 30 minutes, into 15 minutes, into 7 minutes. Is diminishing returns with the cutting in half part. So I don't think, even with like 15-second peacocks and stuff, I don't think the rhino is going to overtake the bald eagle in that job. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't done the math yet. I'm kind of curious. As such, the bald eagle still has value. It is a top of E tier pet. Curious to see, because of the existence of the elephant in the room again, if a 3.5 kilogram bald eagle would be worth even more. Because the weird part about the bald eagle, its cooldown doesn't decrease. It's a 7-minute cooldown. It's always a 7-minute cooldown. And the 70% or the 70-second reduction in time doesn't change either. The only thing that changes with a heavier bald eagle is the multiplier. There's a multiplier that can sometimes be tacked onto the 70-second reduction. And that multiplier can be as high as 7, 8, 9 times. It can be crazy. So is that multiplier enough to push up the value of heavier bald eagles because of the elephant? We're gonna have to wait and see. My gut instinct is yes. The butterfly continues to slowly trend down in value as we hatch more and more eggs. It is sitting in the middle of B tier. It is still a very good pet. The butterfly is technically, notice a big quotations, technically worth less than an ascended pet. I would take a butterfly over an ascended pet 100 times out of 100. I would never accept. If someone gave me the option between the two, I would take the butterfly every single time. Butterflies trade so easy. They're very liquid. Brontosauruses. Here come the fun parts and the stats. The Brontosaurus right now still sits in the middle of C tier. The presence of the elephant getting heavier Brontosauruses is going to change some of the numbers and change some of the math for you. Let's check this out. Though not as much as you hope. Not as much as you hope. You can do 4 Brontosauruses on the field with 4 koi, so long as your Brontosauruses are either A, 2.25 kilograms or higher. Easy with the elephant, right? B, 1.2 kilograms with rainbow, or 1.1 kilograms with nightmare. As such, you're able to do 4 Brontosauruses with those numbers. If you want to drop to 3 Brontosauruses and 5 koi, right? If you're going to get down to 3 Brontosauruses to maximize its effective 30% increase of heavier pets, you need 3 Brontos, 4.75 kilograms at birth. 4.75 kilograms is not possible with a regular elephant. It is possible with a rainbow hatched elephant. As such, you might see some bigger Brontosauruses above that 4.75 kilogram range. With the rainbow hatched elephant, you might see those circulating in the game. And doing a quick calculation, I wanted to see if nightmare Brontosauruses are big enough with just a regular elephant getting it to 3.5, right? Because that regular elephant caps to 3.5. I looked, I punched in age 1, 3.5. Nightmare, the Brontosaurus gets so close, 9.9 to get. You need 10% effect to maximize with 3 on the field. Are you going to sweat 0.3%? I don't think so. So regular elephants with nightmare Brontosauruses can get them up to only needing 3 Brontosauruses on the field to get like 0.3% shy of the full 30% you need. That's pretty good. You don't even need the rainbow hatch elephant to pretty much maximize the Brontosaurus. So that will allow you to have 3 Brontosauruses to get 30% or just below and 5 koi, if that's your goal. Now, if you want to go all the way and go 2 Brontosauruses, 6 koi when hatching eggs, the Brontosaurus has to be 8.6 kilograms and nightmare. So 86 kilograms and nightmare, basically impossible for either the rainbow hatched or the regular elephant to do. It needs to be a natural hatch of 8.6 kilograms to be a Titanic Bronto. So the odds of you requiring a Titanic Bronto is pretty much nothing. You can get as low as 3 Brontos, but generally you're going to do 4 Brontos on the field. So regular sized Brontos are worth that. The bigger ones, all the numbers I've mentioned, you can rewind the video and listen to them again. The bigger ones are going to be worth more than C tier because those are the ones you're going to want to get either 4 Bronto or 3 Bronto on the field. That was a long conversation about Brontosauruses. Sorry. Lobster. Lobster is still an E tier pet. Oh, on top of D tier or bottom of D tier. So holding on there. I don't know why. It must be a supply thing, but it also could be a low demand thing. I don't think a lot of people are acquiring lobsters right now. It's sitting there. T-Rex still has high demand, medium to high demand, popular pet. T-Rex, top of C tier. still sitting there. Its value has not changed. I think the hatching people have stopped hatching the dino egg because the other dinos in the egg are worth about the same as the T-Rex now, so there's no value in doing so. And they're focusing on other things like Anti-P eggs and Paradise eggs, etc. As such, the T-Rex is still right there in C tier, popular pet, great pet, love it, great divine. Tiger, still in the D tier, still has some value, still a solid pet, still makes, some people are upset that the tiger does not do new mutations. I don't know if that's intentional by the developers or an oversight by the developers. I might have to try and figure that out somehow. People are telling me that the tiger does not do any mutations after it came out in the game in that jungle egg event, but it's still right there in value. The fennec fox hasn't moved. I don't know what's going on with the fennec fox. It's a weird pet. Some people really love the fennec fox. I think it's pretty mid. It's still there in the A tier. Its value hasn't dropped online. Is it liquid? Can you trade it easily? I don't know. That's up to you to discover. I think the disco bee is much easier to move than the fennec fox. Huge pets. Because of the existence of the elephant turning any pet into a huge pet, I think we're done talking about huges in this platform, in this trading tier list structure, because anything can be huge now. The rainbow hatched elephant can make anything up to 5.5 or 6 kilograms at birth. So huges are going to be hard to talk about. So I'm going to leave them off the list. If you're part of the Watch Squad, Watch Squad members, comment down below right now and let me know you're part of the Watch Squad, because you're going to know why the huges are not being put on the list. If you skipped, you're going to be like, why isn't the huges on the list anymore, Kro? And I'm going to be able to know if you skipped or not. We're no longer ranking huges because of elephants messing up the low and medium huge economy. Koi! Here come the numbers for the koi to help you guys out. Regular, everyday koi are down here in the E tier. Things that are worth more than that, koi that are worth more than the E tier, are as follows. You need 8 koi at 1.21 kilograms and rainbow to max its ability, or 1.18 kilograms and nightmare to max its ability, okay? But now we have the elephant, and the elephant can take the koi, who was a shop pet back in the day. As such, it was stuck at like 1.3 kilograms cap, right? That was the cap. It was a shop pet. Not anymore. We have the elephant. The elephant can take the koi up to 1.48 kilograms. If you can get koi with the elephant's help above 1.48 kilograms, you no longer need rainbow or nightmare. Regular koi will do the job with 8 of them. To maximize the koi's percentage at 8% each, the koi must be no rainbow, no nightmare, 2.28 kilograms. So elephants, with their cap of 3.5, can bring any koi up to its maximum ability of 8% at 2.28 kilograms. Elephants can turn koi into best koi, even regular elephants. It's kind of cool. So if you have any koi above those numbers, rainbow koi over that number, nightmare koi over that number, normal koi over that weight, thanks to elephants, they're going to be worth more than this. They're going to be highly desirable, highly desirable. So keep that in mind. Blood owls. You know what's interesting? Because of the elephant, the blood owl can become huge. And I wonder how well its ability scales. Does it cap? Does it stop? I did a little look. A blood owl at 6 kilograms, thank you to the rainbow hatched elephant. A 6 kilogram blood owl can get all the way up to 5.3 XP per second. With nightmare, that gets up to 5.41 XP per second. How good is that? Context, normal pets age at 0.5. Half an XP per second. That is 10 times faster than a pet leveling on its own. I can make a pet level 10 times faster. Is that worth doing? Is it worth spending your time using your rainbow hatch elephant to make a blood owl go up to the maximum 6 kilogram weight to do that? Is that worth your time? I don't know, but that's kind of cool to know. So a regular blood owl is down here in the E tier for now. After that, the phoenix is also an E tier pet. It does have some value with a medium demand. It's surprising. I'm surprised, but people do love themselves a phoenix. It looks really cool. Spinosaurus, here we go. Let's have some fun. Spinosaurus are up in the B tier. They're holding in value. Here's some relationships between the tiers right now. You've been needing this information. It is 2 T-Rex to a Spinosaurus or a butterfly. 2 butterflies to a disco bee is pretty close. A slight overpay, but like super slight. Spinosaurus, 2 times Spinosaurus to a disco bee is an overpay. And the things in the D tier are actually worth really close to the things in the C tier. There's not much separating C tier and D tier, to be honest. However, things in the E tier are practically 2-to-1 with things in the D or C tier. Moving on to the Blood Hedgehog, holding up the bottom of D tier. I don't know why. I think it's just a rarity thing because you can't hatch them anymore. You can't acquire them anymore. So I have to wait and see. Though an elephant doing things, even a regular elephant doing things to a Blood Hedgehog? Is there a cap on their effect? This is a 1 kilogram Blood Hedgehog. Its size bonus is 2.2. This is a 3.5. Thank you, elephant, regular elephant. Its bonus is 2.7, so it's really not that much of a difference. I was hoping for like a crazy scaling. I'm not seeing it. So Blood Hedgehogs are there in the D tier. I don't think elephants are going to be too much of a factor for them. Blood Kiwis. Again, bald eagles are just better. Blood Kiwis are E tier pets. No one really cares about them right now. Let's talk about the raccoon. The raccoon took a pretty good chonky hit. It is still an S tier pet. But man, I remember back in the day, the raccoon was worth 2 to 3 times its current value, but it's dropped significantly over time, over the past 6 weeks or so. 2 Disco B to a raccoon is a slight overpay. Slight overpay. Pretty much worthless of an overpay. The raccoon to the kitsune. Let's talk about the red kitsune right now. Raccoon to red kitsune. That's getting close to a 3-to-1. 3-to-1 is an overpay. 3-to-1 raccoon to kitsune, overpay. But 2-to-1 is a good underpay. Like that, there's a chunky underpay there, 2-to-1 to the kitsune. The difference between 2 raccoons and a kitsune, the 2 raccoon player has to add a disco bee. Yeah, a disco bee. 2 raccoons and a disco bee will get you a kitsune. That's the range right now. Man, the raccoon dropped more than the kitsune did. Now, obviously, you're going to find whole sorts of different trades online, and you're going to find people trying to rip you off, make profit off of you. But in terms of like value for value, real world value right now, it's 2 racks and a disco bee I could acquire for the same value as a kitsune online with real world value. What you find in trades, good luck. Headless Horseman has dropped. This is regular, everyday, not even big Headless Horseman. I do have other values for bigger ones. I was curious. A regular, like a 1.1 kilogram, just a regular size Headless Horseman is currently down in the E tier, right? That's as far as dropped. Down here in the E tier. However, I saw listings online for real world value of bigger Headless Horsemen, things over 2 kilograms, right? 2 kilogram plus, they were going more for B tier. So listen to me verbally, audio. Bigger Headless Horsemen who have better effects, obviously, over 2 kilograms, were in that B tier range. But smaller ones, regular sized ones, all the way down in E tier. And that's going to be true about a lot of useful pets. If the useful pet is bigger and has a better effect, it's going to be way up there in the C, B, A tier, who knows. But small ones, they're kind of whatever. I talked about it before. I will say it again. The Ghostly Dark Spriggan, I believe, is still available in game. Ooh, I was wrong. It's no longer available in game. As of right now, it's hard to find listings online for this particular pet, but it's currently in this oh my goodness, currently in this A tier range. It's currently up here. That is its Robux valuation. It was worth about 399 Robux before. So 399 Robux converted to real world value puts it right about there in the tier list above the Disco B. People are going to ask you for more than that in trades. You will want to look for less than that in trades. But if you're trading like Robux to value to perfect, it's right around there. Now, this little guy we received recently in the admin abuse. However, finding listings online for it lower than the valuation I'm giving you has been impossible. Having said that, listen to me carefully. Nobody's going to want to acquire this from you because everyone got one. So its trading volume is really low and its demand is super low. But I could not find it online for less than the B tier in value. Having said that, there is no demand. So if you try to pawn this off on people using my tier list, and go, look, it's a B tier. Crow said so. You must take it. Good luck. Nobody wants it. As such, its value is probably going to drop moving forward, logically. The Lich is also same problem. Exact same problem. Lots of people were able to acquire Liches. They got the Lich Crystal. They watched the videos. They made their own Lich. Oh, it's cool. Lots of Liches out there. Online, no listings below this value. However, expect that to drop. Demand super low. Mummies. This is funny. Expect this valuation to drop. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you expect Brontos to drop. And maybe, well, Barn Owls are no longer on this list because their worth is so down there. But Brontos have value because they hatch pigs. Then again, Doing the Bronto thing saves you a lot of time because doing the elephant thing takes a lot of time because it's only a 0.1 kilogram increase every single time. It takes time to weight things up with an elephant. Bronto, it's just a huge increase on hatch, right? Just bam, just a big increase instantly. So maybe the Bronto will still have value. I guess maybe the mummy will still have value, though it's a bit of an RNG. People will still use the mummy to get heavier pets out of the chests, and then those that aren't heavy enough, they'll just use your elephants to help get up higher. So we'll see what the mummy does. As of right now, the mummy is a C tier pet. It's kind of worth around that Brontosaurus range. Kind of makes sense to me. We will see how the Bronto and the mummy moves moving forward. If enough elephants get in the game, if people use them enough, you might not need Brontos or mummies to do their jobs anymore. But Brontos and mummies just do their jobs way faster than the elephant, that's for sure. Now we move on to the new pets. This is really interesting. The rhino, as of right now, is a C tier pet. People are curious to see if the ability of the rhino to half an egg's hatch time is better than the bald eagle. People will do some testing, and we will discover soon enough whether it is better or worse than the bald eagle at the egg hatching job. However, the one thing in the rhino's favor right now is that it's rare. We're not getting a lot of eggs in this event. I'm only sitting at about 30 plus eggs right now. So not a lot of people have a lot of eggs in this event so far. As such, the supply of the rhino may not be high enough, and that may keep its value up here. We'll have to wait and see moving forward. I do expect it to drop from here. The Hydra. Listen to my words super carefully. The Hydra is overvalued right now. Not enough people have gotten deep in the battle pass, in the garden pass, to get their free Hydra. But everybody is going to complete the battle pass, and everybody is going to get a free Hydra. As such, if you're looking online and you see the Hydras being listed at stupid prices, and you think, oh, that must be what it's worth. No, it's not. Do not trade for a Hydra right now. You will get scammed and regret it 2 weeks from now when everyone has a Hydra from the battle pass. As such, I'm not putting the Hydra on this list. Verbally, I will tell you the lowest Hydra I could find was like 2 or 3 or 4 Kitsunes. That's not real life. I'm not putting it on this list. Do not acquire the Hydra. Get your free one from the battle pass and thank me later. Now the elephant. The elephant has really good value. And the eggs to hatch the elephant are kind of hard to acquire. As such, this elephant is going to drop slower than the Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman was available for 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. And everyone farmed it like crazy. And we all got lots of eggs. You're not getting a lot of safari eggs. I don't think the supply of the elephant is going to go crazy. And I think its demand is going to stay high. So right now, this is its valuation. Experience and history tells me it will drop from here. But I do not think it will drop too far. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Maybe make a list halfway through the week to update you on the elephant's position. As of right now, the elephant is worth more than a raccoon. I think it's more useful than a raccoon. The raccoon is there to give you shekels, right? You bring in, but why do we need shekels? I've got quintillions, you've got quintillions. The elephant is used to make all pets heavier. That's super useful. And there's not a lot of elephants right now. Worth more than a raccoon? Would I right now trade a raccoon to get an elephant to start making my pets heavier? I might, because I can start making my koi heavier. I can start making my Brontos heavier. I can start making my bald eagles heavier. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one. Now, if I traded a raccoon for the elephant right now, is it going to be worth less than a raccoon a week from now? Probably. How much less? I couldn't tell you. I have no clue. Me, personally, I'm going to wait. I'll try and hatch my own elephant. But in terms of trading for one, if I don't manage to hatch one, I will trade for one eventually. I'm going to wait until next Saturday, next Sunday, next Monday. And then I'm going to look at the tier list and then decide whether I want to acquire one. So this is the tier list. Hopefully you guys found it useful. Hopefully it was valuable to you. Hopefully you enjoyed our conversations about the elephants and the effects they're going to have on the whole trading world. If this video was useful to you, make sure you hit subscribe to let me know that you want me to continue making these videos for you. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.